Alright lads, buckle up. There's gonna be a long walk. It's 2 a.m. I just went to a place to chill out with a cigar and do some more work. I was just doing the entire, I was just working most of the day in the cafe already. But I decided to treat myself, for once. I'm actually earning a little bit more. So why not, You wanna feel like you're actually earning the money. It's about, so it's 2 a.m. walking home. It's gonna take about an hour. Looks like there ain't gonna be no buses. I mean, it's just me and my two fucking legs. And, you, I guess. I'm holding you. And my thoughts. Give me a second actually. I had to put my bottle away. I'm curious how this will do on YouTube if I just share my raw, thoughts, just raw video. Although I did that a bunch of times, but nobody was that interested in that packaging, so I'm gonna try again. I was thinking the other day, I was walking back home, and it was getting evening already, 6 p.m. or 7, and I went past this house multiple times. This is nice German Shepherd. That's just so cute, and I pet it sometimes. And in that house lives a pretty old woman, and she has an even older mother, I assume. And so as I was walking by, I pet the German Shepherd again, and she's, that mother is parked on the other side of the road, and she's asking me for help. I'm like, well, okay, I guess why not? She needed help with getting out the wheelchair and helping get the mother out of the car. And she's so old that, well, it's not really about age, which we'll get to. She was so old that she could barely move, and she needed help getting out of the car into the wheelchair because she cannot walk anymore. And it seems like she can talk, but I kind of doubt that she can really think properly. And it really makes me think, help them out and went on my way. But that really makes me think, damn, I really, really do not want to end up like that. People are scared of death, but really, what's scarier is basically not even living. You're barely alive. You're like a vegetable. You need help. You can barely think. You can barely move. You really just barely live in general. And that's terrifying. Being in that state, it is terrifying. And I really thought, man, if I get to that point, I would really consider killing myself. Through euthanasia, I think that's what it's called. And I think you might have your own opinions of that. Some people are religious, they may dislike that. That's okay. I mean, you can have your own opinions about that, but I would really, really not want to live like that. That's terrifying. And that's that's how most people live. That's how most people age, because they don't want to think about their diet and their lifestyle and everything else. Of course, everybody has their own circumstances of their life, but lots of people can change their stuff, their lives, and most people don't. So that's something to think about, really. You can really age in a way that you're still active and you still can move and you can still live. There's 80-year-old grandma who goes to the gym and does bodybuilding, and you fucking run out of excuses by that point. If a grandma can outdo you, she can outbench you. So there's that. That's, mortality, something to really think about sometimes. That day I came back home and hugged my mother, just stood there and waited for her to kind of look at me, and did that. I didn't really know why, but I kind of know why now. It's really just because it makes you really think, like, fuck man, we don't have that much time to live. You want to really spend that as much as you can, and for those of us who are trying to earn more money, it's pretty easy to get into a mode where you're just thinking about work and work only, and you kind of forget about day-to-day sometimes. You forget about spending time with your family, with your friends, and appreciating your life. That is something that is very easy to miss. Well, this is not scripted. I don't know, it's just one thought I had in my brain. Let's see where my head leads to next. Well, I guess we can think about the fact that then you really question, do you really have to go after money? Maybe you can stay in circumstances where you are, and just really try to become content with everything and just enjoy it as it is. But I think a lot of us, probably a lot of us, live in circumstances where you really don't want to do that. I mean, maybe somebody needs health help, financial help for health reasons, or maybe you're in a dangerous environment, or live in a place where you're like, I don't know, where cockroaches are everywhere, and it's a health hazard. There's a kitty. Let's pet a kitty. Take a moment for a kitty. Oh, it's friendly. It's goofy. Oh, your tongue hurts, I think. Oh, let me pet you. Okay, there we go. It's a bit scared still. Goofy cat. I wonder why cats do that. I think I'm not gonna pet him too much because you could have anything on there, but you gotta take a time sometimes to pet a cat on the street to slow down. Oh jeez, I have a hair in my nose now. Well, don't follow me now. Yeah, sometimes you want to really slow down. Oh no, it's following me. I do not want to do this. Oh, please don't follow me, cat. If it follows me, could be in danger. I don't want to do that. I already saw a cat die in front of my eyes. I really did not like that. It's one thing to see death, even after the fact, when somebody dies. Even if it's an animal, it's now they're seeing them die in front of your eyes. You just living being one time, and the next moment it just dies in front of you. You see how the life leaves its eyes, and that's once again makes you think about mortality. There's you can't really see it, but there is a book cabin here where people can leave books and you can just take them. One day, I don't know, I hope I remember this, but I want to buy some books like $100 million offers and put them in there, and maybe one day some kid is going to get out of their situation because of that. But yeah, mortality is a crazy thing, Makes you really wonder the meaning of this all, meaning of our lives. Why are we here? Just to suffer. It's interesting though. if you really, really look deep within, not really look, more just gonna feel, you can make every moment blissful. I know that sounds trippy, but and I've experienced that, but it's really hard to maintain. It's a skill. It's something you need to really train for. It's a matter of, perspective and really appreciation for everything. Even the fact that, for example, I don't know, like, I cannot get a bus back, so I have to walk, right? I get to think about my thoughts and stuff and enjoy life a little bit and slow down. You don't have to be super optimized all the time, even though it's, such a contradicting thing, On one hand, you have to be efficient, with your time and so on and so forth. On the other, you want to slow down sometimes and give time for things like this. Damn, there's like really no guide how to live, Trying to figure it out. Everybody's trying to figure it out. Nobody knows anything. Man, cars are so loud when everything is quiet. I'm pausing the video so you guys don't have to listen to that. So yeah. No thoughts for now. Gonna keep walking. There's really like nobody around here right now. So quiet. Empty street. Just me. And my thoughts. Well, maybe there's some people, somewhere, but not here right now. I really don't know what to say right now. I'm gonna think for a little while. There's something interesting. We don't really stop to think about the fact that everybody has their own perspectives. I mean, oh wow, thinking about life from different person's viewpoints. Revolutionary, right? Oh, that's not really what I mean. Think about it like this. There's people who are religious. They think that life is created by God. And I'm not here to say one is wrong or not. But, some people think, that they believe in science. And they want to explain things by science. And other people through, esoteric things like runes and astrology and whatnot. And everybody's really just trying to kind of make sense of it all, trying to find their truth and a way to think about life. If you really kind of focus on that for a little bit, you will notice how scary that is and confusing, because what you're delving into is the depths of chaos. As cringy as that sounds, something that is unexplainable and truly unknown. And when things are so interconnected, we're just thinking about, we're just worrying about things that humans invented, let alone just genuine creations of the universe, like stars and fucking planets and shit. Like if you zoom out, with like a speck of dust in the universe, and the world is so so big for us, and that's fucking crazy. Right, and when you really try to make sense of it all, it just doesn't fucking make sense. We're so lost in our lives. Like there's no true, like you have no clue if the way you're thinking is the true way of thinking, Oh, that's the crazy part. But hey, since we're on the topic of meanings of life, might as well share my perspective. Maybe that's going to be meaningful to somebody. I kind of was thinking, I was trying to find the truth, my truth about the world. Trying to think about what's the way that we can live. By the way, here's another one. This is more lit. A cabin for books and stuff. So that's another one. In Turkish though, no English, but yeah, either way. So I really thought about this. What could be the reason we exist? Well, I kind of just thought about some physics stuff, you could say. I came down to the conclusion that we're literally just pieces of energy moving in the universe as particles. If that makes sense. Not like particles, like small particles. I mean like, with like big particles that have systems inside of us, like blood circulation, so on and so forth. But basically, all that boils down to is just energy moving in form of particles. So you have particles and you have systems. Basically, that's all. And in that way, there's just no meaning at all. Basically, to kind of summarize that, there's just no meaning in life from my perspective. No explicit meaning. Meaning that you can just create life, like meaning in your life, any meaning in your life if you wanted to, and it's so equal. Doesn't really matter what you do. I think we just get a chance. We literally just get a chance to exist in the universe, and we also get a chance to be aware, which is the magic power of this. The crazy thing. And the way I think about it is that if you have enough energy from the universe, then essentially you gain some divine powers of the universe, basically, like just a piece of the power of the universe, and that manifests in terms of awareness. That's what I think of, at least. Why awareness, right? Awareness because you can basically, you have the power to change your life the way you want to, and you're aware of your current state, and you can change it. And if you look at the world and the people, you will notice people who are aware and those who are not. Some aware more than others, and that's what leads to the most change. And this leads to us, well, yeah, I see it. That's not necessarily right, but something to think about as well. Oh, Jesus, I walked so much today. I'm like, this is going to be like 20k steps today. Jesus. But I don't mind it, practice for my legs. Right, want to think some more. I used to hate where I live. Not really because the place is so bad, although there are lots of issues, but more so that I just cannot get out of here for now, legally. Like, I don't have an option to get out because my passport is basically useless in terms of travel. I could travel, but getting out of here is really hard, like anywhere else. I could, potentially get a residency somewhere else, although that was not possible. Because that was not possible for a long time. It is possible now, more or less, for me. There's some animals screaming. It is more possible now for me, but it wasn't before possible at all. And I used to hate this place for that. I used to look at the ocean and think, fuck, I'm stuck here. This felt like prison. But the interesting thing is that really it's only really me making it feel like prison. This place is the same as anywhere else. If we really think about it. Jeez, my back. Oh, it's because I wasn't in gym today, right? Forgot about that. Oh, there's also a backpack. I used to hate this place, right? And that was only really because I just made myself hate it. If you, like, when I kind of accepted more the fact that this is just a part of my life, like a chapter of my life where, oh man, my back is killing me. Oh. Gotta stretch a bit. It's been 20 minutes. Oh man, it's actually faster than I thought. But we're still only like kind of 30 way there. So yeah, that was all in my mind. When I accepted the fact that this is just a part chapter of my life, and it's a pretty sky. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. Shitty camera. My bad, guys. But if I were to describe it, it's a full moon almost, and I can see the feathery sky above. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so when I accepted the fact that it's just a chapter of my life, I kind of was able to appreciate for what it is. Because I was asking the universe to, I was trying to fight the universe and asking it to be more than it is, and you would never win that fight. You'd never win against the universe. It's a god, basically, except more powerful than God. Well, whatever, it depends on your definitions, I guess. So, you would never win against the universe. And you'd feel always resentful if you think that way, really. So, once you kind of accept it, you can really start appreciating for things the way they are. Just appreciating the fact that this is a chapter of my life where I will need to work more, and I will not get to do a lot of things that my friends do or that other people do. Heck, I can't really even meet that many girls here, for example, for one, because if I would want to, because there's just not many people who speak the language that I speak it. Right, so there's that. Of course, there's things you can do now to change your situation. Yeah. If we go back to my theory of the way things work, the way it is that you're just a particle moving in the universe, basically in a predetermined direction. You have a wiggle room where you can move, but you're kind of still predetermined where you want to go. I might sit down for a little bit, Jesus. But you're still kind of stuck basically where you want to go, where you're going to go. But in front of you really are always infinite possibilities of what can happen next. And so if you speaking a little bit practically here now, speaking a bit, Jesus, give me a second, please. Yeah, so if you focus at whatever energy you have in terms of energy, your just physical energy, mental energy, and your money and your time into one thing, that is how you will let it grow, right? You have to water a plant for it in order for it to grow, and that's the only way, really, right? If you focus on one thing. What I'm saying is that if you really look at your life and you look at those 4 things that I said, energy, time, money, and also focus, cognitive focus, then you're very likely to not be focusing on one thing. You're probably wasting a lot of those resources on other things, and that's why you're really not growing. That's why things are not changing for you. You have to give something to the universe for it to give you something back. Well, I mean, it's the same thing in the real world. I mean, even if you don't really believe what I'm saying, or think about it that way. So yeah, that's something on the practical side. Really analyze your life right now, and you will see what you're doing wrong in that regard. Oh, I'm back on my walk. Still gonna be a while, and there's a whole mountain for me to go up to get to my house. So coming back to the first thing we talked about, remember that grandma that was barely alive? you might be that way in part, and lots of people are really. I hope that you're not being consumed by social media, man, whoever you are, because whenever you get sucked into that, you're not really living your life. Somebody else is living your life for you. They got you addicted to social media. They, made you spend your hours, your life, literally your life, your time is your life on that, and you'll never get it back. And that's a whole ordeal, Lots of people live their lives that way. Not only that, but not just, spending your time that way and attention, but also, you may not even be doing exactly what you actually want to do in life. You may be going to university that you didn't really want to go to, or the job that you don't really like, or with friends that don't really care about you and you don't really care about them, but you know that they're bad for you, but you're just stuck with them because you're afraid to make the change, and now you're just not even thinking about it. And that's just one of the many things that are probably happening to you. Not to mention everything internal that you're likely not changing. Like you want to go gym but you're not, or you want to stop eating bad food but you're not, healthy food. You want to learn that guitar but you don't. You're stealing your life away from yourself. Think about that for a second. We only get really few chances in this thing. Oh, actually, just one. So there's that. Whew. I'm gonna think for a while again. But alright, enough of depression stuff. Let's take a breather together. Just for maybe a minute or few. Enjoy the scenery wherever you are. Maybe 1 second.